What's up? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this beautifully honest reaction.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind when we rewind.
Hey guys, listen, let's get into this because this was shared with me and I listened to some of it when it came to the commentary that Armon Wiggins gave talking about the Funky Dineva and Tamar drama. And not that I need anyone to agree with me or I'm looking for validation, but I found it honestly refreshing because I'm not even gonna lie. I was feeling a little bit like because I know how Tamar can be just based on the antics that she's displayed on social media over the years. I did not want to come across as if I'm just trying to side with Tamar because she's a woman and Funky Dineva has had his issues and drama with a lot of women over the years. And so I was hesitant, but I just wanted to share it how I felt it. And I still feel like Funky Dineva caused a lot of the issues that he's having. It's self-inflicted. If you have not listened to my commentary talking about that before, you can go back and listen to my commentary talking about it, discussing it, because I still feel that him getting upset with Tamar when she never spoke his name, she never said anything, and he feels entitled to her clearing his name when he was the one that really put the fertilizer on the plant to make it grow. He could have deaded the situation by putting some weed killer on the situation when it was brought up in his chat, like he says, and deaded the situation. But he fertilized it. He put water on it, and it grew legs, like he says, and it grew. It was walking, running, and all of the things that it was doing. So this was shared with me, and I want to share it with you guys because Armon Wiggins had a few things to say about Funky Dineva, and I'm like, oh, okay, girl. And I'm not trying to call him girl, but you know what I mean, guys. I'm just being funny or trying to be. But let's just go ahead and get into some of this commentary that he had to say about this Funky Dineva situation and about Funky Dineva as an individual. So let's get into it.
But that's why I agree with Funky when it comes to that. It's like, girl, you done went and filmed and everything about your mother and teeth. But you couldn't tell these because it wasn't me.
And pausing it for a moment, that, like I said, that video clip, even though some people may not believe it, this is done in video editing. If you see news stations and things like that, they will use previous video clips of people when they're doing news stories. This was a previous video clip that they used in this. This was not her sitting down having an interview talking about what she went through. They used a video clip of her where she said, I just had to talk about what I went through, or whatever the words were that she said. That was not recent. That was old footage. But again, some people feel like it was, but it wasn't. But let's just go ahead and continue.
During her near-death experience.
I just had to speak about what I was going through.
Hi, my name is Dr. Amira Ogunleya, and I am a cosmetic dentist out of Miami, Florida. I was recently contacted by Tamar Braxton's team who...
And pausing it for a moment. Now, you saw the previous video clip of her saying, I just had to talk about what I was going through. And you see this picture that they used of her right here. It's pretty much the same. So clearly that is not a recent video. But I'm going to fast forward it just a few because I don't want to go through that video again. All right.
Okay, so they saying that she had fell into some sleepwalking and broke all her teeth and woke up in a pool of blood. And if that's the case, why would you let them think that that was Funky Dineva? But Funky Dineva's a friend to none. Okay, and I'm still very triggered off of his Carlos King interview, so maybe I need to let the hurt go. But until then, I can't. So, but at the same time, I don't give a damn about Funky Dineva either. Drag that hole. Because at the end of the day, my problem is this: rightfully so, you should be able to drag. But the thing with Dineva is you're always above the mess, and everybody should be above the mess and so mature. But when you feel played with, you making your money off of it. You
Bingo.
going live every day. Bitches is Muppets. You slapping hoes on sight. This is ugly.
And who was he referencing there? Remember when he said that about Tasha K? And that's the whole thing. Him feeling like he can come out and drag people if he feels offended, if he feels like someone came for him, when a lot of times it's not even that. It's something that he is inflating because his ego is inflated. I'm just being honest, guys. So he will come out and he want to release the full clip on people when it wasn't even like he was perceiving it to be. He got upset with Tasha K because she interviewed Flame Monroe. He was saying, Tasha K is my friend. Tasha K is like, well, he ain't my friend. We're industry buddies. And, I've helped him out in business, blah, blah, blah. But I don't owe him anything. I'm not going to not interview someone on my platform because he doesn't like the person. Like, who the hell does he think he is? And so it's really ridiculous, but it just goes into what Armon Wiggins is talking about with his overinflated ego.
You crashing out when you feel disrespected and you feel played with. You'll burn the bridge down because can't no hoe play with you. You sending threats to Tamar and everything else. But everybody else needs to grow up. Nigga, he's a joke. Dineva's a hypocrite and a fucking joke. That's why I can't respect it. Because, girl, absolutely you should be crashing out on Tamar because she had you twisted. But my thing is this. Girl, keep the same energy. Shut your ass up and go on live and act like it didn't happen. Grow up, hoe.
And what did I say, guys? If you listen to my previous commentary, that is exactly what I was saying. So this was sent to me and someone was like, child, Armon's saying pretty much the same thing that you were saying because this is what I was pretty much getting to. And I actually did say, I didn't say it the way he said it, obviously, but I digress. I was saying he was the one that put the fertilizer on the plant, on the tree, on the lawn, watered it, all of that good stuff to allow it to grow. And then he's getting mad when people are discussing what they see that is growing in front of them. He could have deaded the situation, but he chose to do what he did. And then he felt like Tamar owed him something by coming out to give a dissertation and explanation and clearing his name when he was the one that was responding to people in his chat. So he says that were asking him questions about, will you do to that lady? And then he responds, I don't know what happened to that lady. Anyway.
Pay it. Let her trash you. Be mature. Girl, that's why I can't get behind him because all the shit he talked, none of the rules apply to his ass. It's like, girl, she's a joke to me. Like, she's a fucking walking contradiction and a joke, and I can't respect it at all.
And I'm going to end it right there. I will put the full video link in the description if you want to check it out, because that's pretty much what I've been saying, guys. He is a hypocrite. He is. I agree with Armon on this situation. And I am glad that he said what he said, because when it came down to the Fox Souls TGIF situation, and if you go back to my commentary last year where I discussed that situation, when it came to Funky Dineva and how he felt about Funky Dineva coming out and talking about him and all of that situation, I actually, because like I say over here, I try my best to be on the side of right. It's not about an individual person or persons. Okay? So I was stating that I felt like Funky Dineva was wrong in that situation, and I understood where Armon was coming from when it came to how he was talking about him. He's a grimy person in a lot of ways, but for whatever reason, a lot of people give him so much props because he's got all of these subscribers that he's got. Yeah, he's got a lot of subscribers. Yeah, he makes a good little bit of money. He does from YouTube. And I guess the little gigs and stuff that he does on the side. I don't really know everything that he does, and I'm really not trying to be shady when I say that, but I've said this before, and I've heard other people that have actually agreed with me on this. If you really look at Funky Dineva in terms of what he has gained over the years on his platform, and it's been a long time, 400,000 subscribers in that amount of time. Yeah, there are a lot of people who've been on there longer or the same period of time and don't have as many subscribers as he has. But when you look at other people that have come on well after he did and extremely surpassed him, even to the point not just of the subscribers, but just their professionalism and their work ethic. Look at Armon. Studio, microphone. I mean, for a long time, Funky Dineva didn't even have a microphone. He was shading Fox Soul when they asked for him to send their equipment back, and then he was talking about they want this raggedy microphone back, and it's their equipment, whether it's raggedy or not. And it probably wasn't. It was just him trying to, because his feelings were hurt because they didn't extend the offer that he was requesting for him to stick around. And that's why I don't buy what a lot of people are saying about them wanting him back. I don't care what anyone says, and I have the right to my opinion because he was problematic with a number of things that he had done on that platform. So they can say whatever they wanted to say. And yeah, he brought a lot of his followers and watchers and viewers and all of that over to the platform when he was on the show. But that, for corporate America, that isn't always the end all be all. A lot of times it isn't, especially when you a ninja and you know exactly what I'm saying. So with all of that being said, because I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole again, what I am saying is, yeah, when it comes to Armon, how he feels about Funky Dineva, I cannot disagree with what he said. He definitely has been a hypocrite. For him, when he's talking about other people and whatever, he's always trying to sound so so honorable and respectful and above the fray and whatever. But you say something about him or you make him feel some type of way, then he wants to drag you over the coals. He wants to say, if I come and stand outside her house, she ain't gonna come outside. Talking about Michelle A.T. Brown. When I see Tasha K, I'm gonna slap the shit out of her, and then I'm gonna have to lay one on her husband because I know that he gonna beat my ass too. Like, what professional person speaks like that? And what man speaks like that about women and thinks that it's okay? Because you know what they call men who lay their hands on women. And even if you actually didn't do it, the fact that you threatened to do it is just as bad. But oh, he gets a pass because he's a gay man. He gets a pass because at one point in time, he was wearing wigs all the time and red lipstick on, like he used to sing. Like, put on a dress every now and then when he was doing a co-hosting gig with T.S. Madison. That does not give you the right to speak to women like that. So with all of that being said, I just wanted to share this with you guys, and it's refreshing. Like I said, it wasn't because I was looking for someone to agree with me. I just was like, oh, okay then. So I really want to know what you guys think. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.